Good evening, everyone. So today we'll start paper 1, unit 2, principle and theory of organization, and here scientific management theory. The proponent of scientific management theory is F.W. Taylor, who is, we can say, classical. Okay. So F.W. Taylor, scientific management theory. So already I have given you this chart that how this group of classical theory, human relation theory, behavioral theory, how classical theory are being criticized by human relation and behavioral theorists. So Taylor, Frederick Wilson Taylor. Acha. If I show you the question asked from previous year question asked on Taylor, what is Taylorism? On what ground Taylor considered father of scientific management? Trace out the main tenet of scientific management theory and critically evaluate contribution of Taylor for development of administrative theory. Earlier it was 60 marker, but now, as I say, we have, देखो, ये वर्षर question 250 word or 300 word. This is a maximum. 300 word is the maximum we can write. 15 marker and 20 marker. Okay. So we will discuss or we will learn everything in 300 words. So if we know every theorist, every word of the syllabus in 300 word, we can reduce it to 250 or 250b. If you know 250 also, you can manage the answer. Hello. And in this 250, we need to touch every parameter. I, B, C. देखो खाली पढ़िबाटा important नुह how to write an answer, that is more important. Intro, body, conclusion, and within this limit 300 word भितर गोटे आंसर लिखिबा और आंसर रो सब पार्ट को जस्टिफाइड करिबा, that is most important. कि देखि कि आंसर रो डिमांड कोन, based on the demand. Okay, so we will focus on that. We will practice here to write every question within 300 words. That will be our target. Within 300 words, we should know everything. So Taylor, we will discuss scientific management theory. Taylor, 2 question asked, and the last question is in 2016. So maybe this year you will get a question on Taylor. This is Taylor, Frederick Wilson Taylor, and this is scientific management theory. Because Taylor work in industry, and Taylor scientific management theory address the issue of low productivity in the organization, and convert the loss making organization into profit making one. This is what Taylor is. Okay, so Frederick Wilson Taylor, as I say, IBC method, we read this in 3-part: introduction, body, and conclusion. Conclusion is again into 2 part: criticism, present, relevance. Criticism of Taylor and present relevance. Is Taylor idea is relevant today? And here we try to give some current example to justify our answer. So this is how answer should written. And suppose this is 300 word, body you try to write in 150, intro 60 word, and rest conclusion 90 word. टिके भेरी करिवो 70 80 ही पारे 150, बट गोटे रफ पैरामीटर तुमको दउची कि इन दिस वे यू राइट, এটা 60 ही पारे, এটা 80 ही पारे, এটা 90 ही पारे, 70 ही पारे, 150 180 word भी ही पारे, but we have to justify everything. We have to write criticism, and also we have to write the present relevance or contemporary approach, that every theorist idea is some idea of this theorist is still relevant in 2024, and we need to write that, we need to mention that with certain example. Only then our answer is complete. Okay, so anything comes to your mind, whether it is Taylor, whether it is Fayol, there's three part of this answer: part 1, part 2, part 3. This is how you write this answer. So Vishwanath, you want to say something? Okay, speak if you want to say something. Hello, এটা clear ho first. You clear of this part, that how to write an answer, because everything is end with that. તમે વર્ષો સારા પઢો, જહા પઢો ન પઢો, that 3 hour matter. The 3 hour 15 question 15 answer, that matter everything. Everything's boiled down to that. તમે 5টা বই পড়ো, 10টা বই পড়ো, 20টা বই পড়ো, যদি 15টা answer, that decide your fate. 15 15 30ଟା answer ଯଦି optional ର ଲେଖି ଦଉଛ ଭଲସେ, 300 ପ୍ଲସ୍ ମାର୍କ ନେଇ ଆସୁଛ, ହେଇଗଲା। and ତମେ 50ଟା ବହି ପଢିକି ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରପର ଆନ୍ସର ଲେଖି ପାରୁନ, ତ ଖତମ, ରାହୁଲ ଗାନ୍ଧୀର ଭାଷାରେ ଖତମ। ତ ସବୁଠୁ ନିଷ୍କର୍ଷ ହେଲା ଆନ୍ସର ଗୋଟେ କେମିତି ଲେଖିବ। ଗଦେଇ ଦେଇଛ ବହି, ଶର୍ମା ସଦାନା, ଫାଡ଼ିଆ ଫାଡ଼ିଆ, ଅବସ୍ଥି ବାଗେଶ୍ୱରୀ, ମୋହିତ ଭଟ୍ଟାଚାର୍ଯ୍ୟ, ଅରିବମ୍, ଏସ୍ ପଲି ନାଇଡୁ, ପୁରା ତମର ହାଇଟ୍ ଯେତେ ସେତିକି ବହି ଗଦେଇ ଦେଇଛ ତମେ। ପୁରା ତପସ୍ୟା କଲା ଭଳିଆ ଖାଲି ବହି ମାନେ ପଢୁଛ, ଅଣ୍ଡରଲାଇନ୍ କରି କରି ପଢୁଛ, ବଟ୍ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଆନ୍ସର ଲେଖିବା ଆସିଯାଉଛି, କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ, କ'ଣ ଆନ୍ସର ଲେଖିବେ, ସରିଗଲା, କିଛି ଲାଭ ନାହିଁ। ତ ଆମର ମେନ୍ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପର୍ପସ୍ ରହିବା କଥା, ଯେମିତି ସିଲାବସ୍ର ଏଭ୍ରିଥିଙ୍ଗ, every word of the syllabus, like these are all word, every theorist of the syllabus, every word of the coordination ଗୋଟେ word, centralization ଗୋଟେ word, ତାପରେ ଏଠି everything, scope hela, significance hela, public private administration, evolution, NPA, PCA, state versus market, NPM, ସବୁ word ରୁ ତମ ପାଖରେ 300 word ର content ଥିବା କଥା। ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ ତମେ 15 page NPM, NPM ବହୁତ କିଛି ଅଛି। earlier it was a 60 mark question or 600 word question, now it is a 300 word question। 300 word ভিতরে you have to justify all aspect, only then you will get answer। ତମେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ପାର୍ଟ ଲେଖିକି ଆସିବ, ଖାଲି ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋ ବଡି ଲେଖିକି ଆସିବ, ମାର୍କ ମିଳିବ ନାହିଁ। ସେଇଟା ସବୁଠୁ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ, କି 300 ୱାର୍ଡ ଭିତରେ you have to justify everything, you have to give value to every aspect, ତାପରେ ହିଁ ମାର୍କ ଆସିବ। and we will discuss that, ଆମେ ଏଠି ସେଟା ହିଁ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରିବା କି 300 ୱାର୍ଡ ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଆନ୍ସର କେମିତି ଲେଖିବା, ହେଲା। ଆଉ ଅଧିକା କିଛି ନାହିଁ। Scientific management Taylor, we should know 300 word, and 300 word re, as I said, intro, body, conclusion. Intro, I will tell you brief that who is this theorist, what is his idea, what is his publication, and body re, as I said, 14 point 14 point ମୁଁ କହିଛି, no need to remember line by line. You need to know a approach to start a introduction, approach to write a criticism, and a approach to write a present relevance or contemporary approach. And in the body you need to remember certain point. Here 14 point. 14 point you explain every point minimum 10 to 15 word. ତମ ପାଖରେ 150 ରୁ 180 word ହେଇଗଲା। तो ଏବେ ତମେ ଭାବ FW Taylor, Frederick Wilson Taylor scientific management principle or Taylorism is a question that you need to write about 300 word. तो तम माइंड आसीबा कथा, okay, this is the introduction, I know the intro. In body I need to remember 15 point, and in those 15 point you can explain all those point. When you can explain, when you understand, तमे जेतेबेले जानिथिबो साइंटिफिक सिलेक्शन, साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग, पीस रेट सिस्टम ऑफ पेमेंट, फंक्शनल फॉर्मेंसी, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एक्सेप्शन, एब्सोल्यूट रेशनैलिटी इन डिसीजन मेकिंग, गुटे वर्ड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एक्सेप्शन. So you just remember this word principle of exception and you explain one line what is principle of exception. Hey gola. Criticism, already I have told you, Taylor was criticized by human relation theorist Mayo, behavioral theorist Bernard, Argyris, Likert, McGregor, decision making theorist Simon, motivational theory Maslow and Hausberg. These are the reasons. Hey gola tomorrow criticism. The manager criticized his theory. And relevance, that Taylor's ideas like scientific selection line, scientific training hela, mental revolution, piece rate system of payment, functional formancy are still relevant and applied in many organizations. The primary demand of employees more salary. Piece study, method study, motion study, time study are modern technique of administrative improvement. You will answer. तो पूरा सिलेबस टाको तुम एमिति मन रखिबो, डिवाइड एंड रूल, एंड 10 पेज टेलर जानिबा दरकार नाही, बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट माने 10 पेज टेलर रो जानिले कोन होबो, इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू रिमेंबर 10 पेज एंड देयर इज नो स्कोप टू राइट 10 पेज इन योर आंसर. आंसर रे 10 पेज लिखिबार स्कोप नाही, मैक्सिमम 3 पेज, गोटे पेज रे 100 टा वर्ड हे जाय. जो माने मेंस लिखि जो जानिथिबो ए वर्षर गोटे पेज रे 80-90 वर्ड मिनिमम हो जाए. सो फर्स्ट सेकंड 3 पेज रे आंसर डन. एंड तापर भी कन्स्ट्रेंट अछि. कन्स्ट्रेंट कोन अछि, बेसी वर्ड लिखिले तमर क्वेश्चन मिस हो जिवो. 300 वर्ड रो 5 टा क्वेश्चन, 250 वर्ड रो 10 टा क्वेश्चन, 2500 1500 केते हला, 4000 वर्ड हेलानी. आगरु केते थिला, आगरु सेही 3 घंटा रे हमकु 20 मार्कर थिला 6 टा. हाँ 6 टा 20 मार्कर थिला 200 वर्ड, 1200 वर्ड एंड 600 into 3 1800 वर्ड. Earlier we used to write 3000 word in 3 hours for 300 mark. Now we need to write 4000 word 3 hours for 250 mark. है ना. We have to justify every question. तमे यदि गुटे क्वेश्चन बहुत टाइम दे दबो, टेलर जानिच बोले टेलर 5 पेज लिखि देलो, लास्ट गुटे 20 मार्कर मिस हो जिवो, and that will be disastrous. You have to attend all question, you have to justify all question. तमे गोटे 15 मार्कर 200 वर्ड रे लेख, गोटे 20 मार्कर 250 वर्ड रे लेख, but you write all 15 question. Rather तमे गोटे 20 मार्कर छाड़ दउछ, गोटे 15 मार्कर छाड़ दउछ, टाइम हैला नाही, सेटा बहुत डिजास्टर. तमे 200 250 वर्ड रे लेखो आंसर, किसी असुविधा नहीं. No one will going to count your word. If you justified everything, you will get mark. Okay, तो आंसर राइटिंग इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट. एटा गोटे बहुत हवा उड़ा जाय आंसर राइटिंग आंसर राइटिंग आंसर राइटिंग. नो, every class is answer writing class. You consider every class is answer writing class, because we will discuss everything in that perspective, intro, body, conclusion. Okay, so Taylor of picture dekhilo. Taylor, father of scientific management principle. Already I have told about that. You knew the criticism of Taylor. Intro देखो very simple. I will tell you 60 word, 70 word, 80 word on Taylor. अच्छा, let's start. Taylor बहुत easy. Answer writing format IBC. Introduction. देखो तुम नोट्स रे जेतेबेले लिखुछ, व्हेन यू राइट दिस नोट्स, तुम एमती इंट्रो बॉडी कंक्लूजन करके लिखिबो, बट डोंट राइट दिस इन एग्जाम. एग्जाम रे एमती लिखिबा दरकार नहीं. सो इंट्रोडक्शन. टेलर बहुत सिंपल स्टेटमेंट कहबी, जोड़ा कि तुमको मन रखिबा पई बहुत इजी हबो, and in class itself you will remember major thing. So Taylor was born in Germany. Taylor was born in Germany. He worked in USA. He was a mechanical engineer. He was a mechanical engineer. He joined organization during industrial revolution in late 19th and early 20th century. He joined organization during industrial revolution in late 19th and early 20th century. At that period, organization faced loss. At that period, organization faced loss. So what we found? The development of scientific management principle is in late 19th and early 20th century. The main aim of Taylor was to find out cause of loss and convert loss making organization into profit making one. So anyone have any problem in any line, stop me and ask me. Simple. Industry across the world face loss during industrial revolution, 19th and 20th century. So Taylor joined the organization and his main aim was to find out the cause of loss. काहे की loss होची? What is the reason of loss? And aim to convert this loss making organization into profit making one. Simple. Taylor's idea to make profit in organization is scientific management principle or Taylorism. Taylor's idea to make profit in organization is known as scientific management principle. Clear? What is scientific management principle? Taylor's idea to make profit. How to make profit in the organization. And he gave certain principle. What is that? Scientific management principle. Taylorism. What is Taylorism? Question astila. What is Taylorism? Taylorism kono? Taylor's idea of scientific management principle using which the loss making organization transform into profit making one is Taylorism. Simple. अच्छा the word a word ର देखो तीनटा word ଅଛି scientific management theory तीनटा word what is that management of what management of organization management of industry theory that means principle certain principle using which organization is managed দুইটা word হয়ে গেল and third scientific that means using science by now ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଝିଛ scientific management theory କ'ଣ management of organization there are certain principles with which organization is managed in a scientific way is scientific management theory মনে রাখি দিও scientific management theory certain principle to manage organization and those principles are based on science is scientific management theory clear ଆଉ କିଛି ମାନେ डाउट ରହିବାର ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ ମାନେ ଜୀବନ ସାରା ଭୁଲିବନି ଆଉ ସକାଳେ ସିଲେକ୍ଟ ହେଇଗଲେ ବି you will not forget what is scientific management because answer is given inside this word scientific management theory managing organization or management of organization in a scientific way or in a scientific principle using science using experiment and not on experience is scientific management theory proposed by Frederick Wilson Taylor, a mechanical engineer from Germany working USA, who has joined the organization during industrial revolution late 19th early 20th century when organization faced loss. Taylor joined organization want to find out the reason of loss and he has given his principle and he said that using my principle 1415 principle using my principle organization or industry across the world make profit. And my principles are based on science, scientific, logical, based on experiment, rational. So this is scientific management theory, scientific management principle. I hope clear. Yeah. So Taylor's idea to make profit in organization was known as scientific management principle or Taylorism. And using scientific management principle, organization across the world turn profitable. Using scientific management principle, organization across the world turn profitable. So Taylor become famous. So Taylor regarded as father of scientific management principle. So Taylor regarded as father of scientific management principle. Before Taylor, many theorists has given their own scientific management, but Taylor was famous. Taylor became famous and Taylor's idea became more successful. So he is regarded as father of scientific management principle or Taylorism. Okay. Publication. Some books written by Taylor. Peace, rate, system of payment, shop management. Every theorist has many publication. We need to mention one or two that will enrich our answer. That this particular theorist has given this publication only to enrich our answer. Scientific management, art of cutting metal. Okay. Now, এটা intro হয়ে গেল body. Taylor found that organizations are run by engineer and not manager. Taylor joined the organization and he searched for the cause of loss and he has found one. That organization are run by engineer and not manager. Engineer run organization on basis of rule of thumb. Engineer run organization on the basis of rule of thumb. That means that is no experiment conduct only based on experience. देखो experience, your great grandfather से हଳ करुथिले, हଳ करिकी चाष करुथिले ହେଲା, तापर तुम ग्रांडफादर तांको देखिकी एक्सपीरियंस कि हाँ बलदरे एमती हल करिबा, तुमर फादर भी कले तमे भी कल, सेटा होछि रूल ऑफ थंब। आज डेट रे ट्रैक्टर आसिलानी, पावर टिलर आसिलानी, बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी आसिलानी। जदि तमे आज डेट रे भी जदि हल बलदरे चाष करूछ तो सेटा हैला रूल ऑफ थंब। तमे यदि पावर टिलर यूज करूछ, तमे लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करूछ, सेटा हैला साइंटिफिक। So based on experience, organization रे काम चली देला। Engineer are running rather manager, and they run the organization on the basis of thumb rule. No experiment, only experience. This is one reason of loss. One reason of loss. What is that? Rule of thumb. तापरे Taylor focus on sub floor of organization. What is soft floor? Because this is an organization. This is people working. Basically, this part, this is known as soft floor, where production take place. But it's a managerial level. This supervisor, this is middle level manager, this is top level manager. Soft floor. Soft floor where production takes place, where worker are working. And he found problem here. In soft floor, he found a problem of soldering. What is soldering? Restriction to do work. That is soldering. Restriction to do work. Soft floor. है So soldering means restriction. The worker, बुझो a word meaning soldering. SOLDERING. Worker don't produce optimum. तमे दिन को जते काम करिवा कथा तमे करिवो नै, तमे कमै दबो. That is soldering. जो तुम टेबुल बनाओ तुम दिन को 20 टेबुल बनै पारो तो तुम 10टा बनैबो, तुम 5टा बनैबो. And he found two type of soldering. One is natural soldering, where worker lazy on skilled, and second systematic soldering. Lack of incentive. अच्छा बुझो, very simple thing. तमे भाबो निजु को टेलर हैला, यू आर टेलर, तमे जॉइन कर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तमे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फर्स्ट सॉफ्ट फ्लोर को गलो बिकॉज़ लॉस काहे की होची, प्रोडक्शन होने बेसी सेति पय लॉस होची. एंड तमे सेठी देखिलो कि वर्कर माने काम करू नाहंती जेति काम करबा कथा वर्कर माने करू नाहंती restriction to do work ताकू सोल्डरिंग अरे काहे कि व्हाट इज द रीजन why worker are not producing optimum so you found two type of soldering ଗୋଟେ natural soldering ଗୋଟେ systematic soldering natural soldering माने कोन से वर्कर माने ଟିକେ लेजी अछंती अनस्किल्ड तांको पाखरे स्किल नाही नेचुरल कोन करिवे से माने सिस्टमैटिक लेक ऑफ इंसेंटिव एटा कोन वर्कर माने लेजी नुहंती कि अनस्किल्ड नुहंती दे आर स्किल्ड एंड दे आर मोटिवेटेड बट लेक ऑफ इंसेंटिव दैट मीन्स ଗୋଟେ एग्जांपल दउची ଗୋଟେ वर्कर आसिला 10 to 5 pm तमे डेली ताकू 1000 रुपी दउचो सैलरी irrespective of his work एंड तमरो एठी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रे चेयर प्रोड्यूस होची तो ए वर्कर 20 टा चेयर प्रोड्यूस करी कि हजारे पाउची बी 15 टा रे भी हजारे पाउची सी 10 टा रे भी हजारे पाउची so don't you think A become demotivated ए demotivated होबो बुझছো तो so A demotivated होबो सिस्टमैटिक सोल्डरिंग कि जने जदि 10 टा बने कि हजारे पाउची जने 15 टा बने कि हजारे पाउची यस फिक्स वेज नो इंसेंटिव फिक्स वेज समस्ते जेमिति गवर्नमेंट रे तमे गवर्नमेंट चाकरी करले सबु समस्ते सेम दरमा पाइबे तमे अधिका काम करले भी सेतिक दरमा पाइबो जे ठकिला भी सेम दरमा पाइबो तो ग्रेजुअली किछि टाइम परे जे अधिका काम करछि से कोन भाबिबो मु काहे की करबी व्हाई शुड आई पुट सो मच एफर्ट व्हेन पीपल माय कलीग they cheat and they take same salary like me so why should I give more effort that is systematic soldering तापरे धीरे 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 तमे भी काम करबा बंद कर दबो जदि ठक मानकु पनिशमेंट मिलंता आउ जे अधिका काम करूची ताकू इंसेंटिव मिलंता तो वर्कर माने मोटिवेटेड हेकी काम करते so this is so first problem he find कोन first problem of loss in organization was rule of thumb second is soldering and third problem he found lazy manager philosophy so what is lazy manager philosophy yes rule of thumb soldering lazy manager philosophy so lazy manager philosophy kono earlier manager they only dictate give order manager not solve problem of workers manager not solve problem of worker not provide latest tool technology है so manager only dictate give order not solve problem of worker not provide latest tools and technology responsibility of production only with workers responsibility of production is only with workers that is one reason of loss. That is lazy manager philosophy. Manager not share responsibility. Manager not share responsibility of production with workers. Manager not share the responsibility of production with workers. Okay. So if we solve all this problem, automatically production बढ़ी जीवो. यदि हमें लेजी मैनेजर फिलोसॉफी को हटे दवा, हमें सोल्डरिंग प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दवा, रूल ऑफ थंब को चेंज कर दवा. So Taylor focuses on that to solve all this problem, and when problem are solved, automatically organization become profitable. Taylor replace rule of thumb with scientific management principle. Taylor replace rule of thumb with scientific management principle. ହେଲା जोटा कि टेलर फादर ऑफ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल. And Taylor's scientific management principle is based on three part: principle of scientific management principle, elements of scientific management principle, ideas of scientific management principle. Till now, if anyone have any doubt, please ask. So Taylor replaced rule of thumb with scientific management principle, and through this scientific management principle, he has sought out the problem of rule of thumb, lazy manager principle, and systematic soldering problem in organization. And here we, as I said, 15 point. So all this principle of scientific management, element, and ideas to Miseiki, we have 15 point, 15 word, 15 line. Your answer is complete. सबले मन रख 250 वर्ड 300 वर्ड 10 पेज जानिबा किसी दरकार नाही. टेलर बापा ना कोन मा ना कोन कोटी स्कूल पढुतिले को घंटा पिंदुतिले किसी किसी दरकार नाही. बकवास. बहिर प्रॉब्लम कोन होउची जो भी बही तमे पढो से एते इनफॉरमेशन दे दीची कि तमे कॉम्प्रिहेंड करि परिबोनी कोटा छाडीबी कोटा रखिबी कोटा आंसर रे कोन दरकार. तो हमकू कम जानिबार अछि, ठीक जिंस जानिबार अछि, एंड इंपोर्टेंट इज ताकू लिखिबार अछि. खाली जानिले हबो नाही कि खाली पढिले हबो नाही. अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू राइट इन योर आंसर. सेटा न हेले सब बेकार. तमे जहा पढो 12 वर्षर परिश्रम सुखा पुडा टाइप दैट. तो लिखिबा पई कोन दरकार? What is the ingredient to write a good answer? 2-3 ingredient. You must understand the question, that what is the demand of this question. For example, you have a question. You have a question asitila, what role does private administration play in developing and influencing contemporary economic and social policy? So role of private administration. तो एठी कोन कहिछि तमको क्वेश्चन डिमांड कोन private administration. Private administration कोडी पढिछ where you read private administration unit 1 unit 1 रे बेसिकली तमे पढिछ private administration public and private administration. तो प्राइवेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रो कोन रोल अछि डेवलपिंग administration play in developing and influencing contemporary economic and social policy. देखो गोटे थियोरिस्ट रो क्वेश्चन कहि दउछि केमते पचारिछि how does an organization's distribution of authority and responsibility impact its efficiency and effectiveness. Yes, तो एटी थियोरिस्ट देई नै but distribution authority must equal to responsibility. Pure, Gullick, Follett, Weber. ओके सो थियोरिस्ट बहुत पिला बुझी पारिले नै क्वेश्चन कोन पचारिछि अरे कोन बट एठी थियोरिस्ट माने ही लेखा हबो आ 20 मार्कर क्वेश्चन रे सेमती देखो हाउ what role does effective communication play in building and maintaining strong employee relation with an organization. Role of communication एथिरे classical theories, human relation theory, behavioral theory, everyone's name we need to mention. So demand कोन क्वेश्चन communication, effective communication, building and maintaining strong employee relation with an organization. Employee, strong employee relation within an organization. So strong employee relation within an organization माने कोन employees relation with employee, employee relation with management, or employee relation with employer. Bas. So with effective communication, a good relation. Effective communication is classical or top-down communication. Behavioral or circular communication. How communication acceptance view of authority. How communication integration. Yes, इतने भी theories मैंने बना लिखा है. तो एटा होची कॉन्सेप्ट आजी देखो एबे आ क्वेश्चन एमती माने पढु नै कि गोटे क्वेश्चन पचारि देला तमे घोसी की जाइछो ताकू लिखि देलो ना इंटरप्रिटेशन पढुची क्वेश्चन रो कि कोन कम्युनिकेशन इन दिस क्वेश्चन दीटा वर्ड अछि गोटे कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन रो रोल ऑफ इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रांग एम्प्लॉय रिलेशन. Yes, तो communication जितेबाला माइंड को आसिला administrative behavior and administrative behavior रे theories, and whenever we discuss communication we discuss about classical way of communication, human relation way of communication, behavioral way of communication. The concept of Grapevine Keith Davis with 2-3 diagram. Hello. Okay, so एटा ही गला principal element एबे 15 word. I will make you understand 15 word 15 टा word बुझो 15 टा word रो गुटे गुटे line explanation तमर आंसर हे गला. First word replace rule of thumb with science of work. Replace rule of thumb with science of work. That means now work not on not on basis of experience but on experiment. So the work performed in organization is not on the basis of experience but on experiment. ହେଲା? Use of new tools and technology after proper experiment conduct in organization. You just write one line that he replaced rule of thumb with science of work. That means no experience, only experiment. Conduct experiment, and based on that experiment, you do a particular work. Bas. এটা বুঝে গেল তো? Replace rule of thumb with science of work. Remove experience, follow experiment. More the experiment, more the rationality, more will be the profit. Second, scientific selection of workers. देखो, scientific selection means in a rational worker are selected on a scientific basis, rational basis. Workers selected on a scientific and rational basis. Scientific basis. So it can solve problem of natural soldering. It can solve problem of natural soldering. মানে তুমি scientific way রে select করে তুমি জানি ଯିବ କି ଏ ଲୋକଟା this guy is lazy or not. हाँ, one type of merit based recruitment. Okay, scientific selection of worker. Paper 1 unit 8 रे ଅଛି recruitment. देखिए syllabus, that's why I say remember the syllabus. Syllabus যেতে মনে রাখিব, it will help you. Recruitment ঠিক ଅଛି, ଏଠି ବି recruitment ଅଛି paper 2 ରେ, ଏଠି training ଅଛି, ଏଠି ବି training ଅଛି. So when you write recruitment question paper 1 unit, এটা দেখো bracket ରେ ଅଛି, ତ ଏଇଟା आ ବାହାରେ. ତ recruitment ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ answer ଲେଖୁଛ, at that time you can mention Taylor's scientific selection. এটা bracket ରେ. ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଝିଲ? এটা এଠି মানে এটা ମୁଁ connect କରୁଛି. This is how is the interconnection of one part with other. Taylor କହିଲେ scientific selection of worker. So when you write recruitment, paper 1 unit 8 or paper 2 unit 6, so recruitment question रे तमे Taylor କଥା लिखिबो one line, that scientific management theory Taylor focus on scientific selection. Woodrow Wilson focus on merit based recruitment. ଏଠି କ'ଣ ହେଇଗଲା ଇଣ୍ଟରପ୍ରିଟେସନ ଅଫ ଥିଓରିଜ ଇନ୍ ଅଦର ୟୁନିଟ୍ ସେଇଟା ଇଭାଲୁଏଟରକୁ ଇମ୍ପ୍ରେସ କରିବ। ବହୁତ ଟପର୍ସ ଶୁଣିଥିବ ତମେ ସେମାନେ କହନ୍ତି ମାନେ ଥିଓରିଷ୍ଟକୁ ଲେଖ ବଟ୍ କେମିତି ଲେଖ କି ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ କରନ୍ତିନି। ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ହାଉ ୟୁ ୟୁଜ ଥିଓରିଷ୍ଟ ଇନ୍ ଅଦର ଆନ୍ସର। थर्ड पॉइंट साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग इजिली तुम गोटे वर्ड सेंटेंस रखी पारिबो कि एवरी वर्कर गिव प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग इन ए साइंटिफिक मैनर। एवरी वर्कर get training in a scientific every worker get training in a scientific manner, that is scientific training. And same way paper 1 unit 8 training है पेपर 1 यूनिट 8 ट्रेनिंग रे तमे अगेन टेलर साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग कथा लिखि पारिबो। ट्रेनिंग इज इंपोर्टेंट एंड टेलर फोकस ऑन साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग। ये वाला 3 डिवीजन ऑफ responsibility. So division of responsibility between responsibility of production equally divided between manager and worker. है responsibility of production is equally divided between manager and worker. Earlier it was only on the worker, but now it is equally divided between manager and worker. ठीक अच्छे manager provide latest tools technology to workers. It solve of problem of lazy managers philosophy. ये वाला division of responsibility. Next point, mental revolution. What is mental revolution? It is a state of mind. It is a situation where more cooperation between manager and worker, more cooperation between manager and worker, and less conflict. More cooperation, less conflict. Both focus on more production. What happened in an organization? The manager only focus on profit then worker focus on more wage, and that result into conflict between manager and worker. But here what happened in mental revolution, बुझो, in organization worker want more wage, manager want more profit, but in mental revolution no, both cooperate with each other and both focus on more production. When production increase, when production increase, automatically wage of worker increase and profit of manager also increase. बुझिगल? This is mental revolution. Both focus on more production. Production हेले automatically profit बढ़ी जिवो आउ worker wage बढ़ी जिवो. Simple. तो तुमको आउ थरे कहि दउची पांचटा पॉइंट रु व्हाट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर. तमे भीतर लाइन मन रखिबा दरकार नै. भीतर लाइन तमे बुझो. Replace rule of thumb with science of work. You need to remember only this. Scientific selection, scientific training, division of responsibility, mental revolution. Yes. Only a गोटे गोटे लाइन तमे मने रखो भीतर जिंस तमे बुझी कि मेंटल रिवोल्यूशन थरे बुझी गलो. अच्छा, दिस इज मेंटल रिवोल्यूशन. वर्कर और मैनेजर समस्त फोकस करिवे मोर प्रोडक्शन रे. प्रोडक्शन हेले ऑटोमेटिकली वेज इंक्रीज हे जिवो, प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज हे जिवो. No conflict between manager and worker. Yes. Well scenario for everyone. Six, piece rate system of payment. देखो, it is incentive, piece rate system of payment. That means instead of pay fixed wage, wage should be according to the work. Instead of pay fixed wage, wage should according to work done. More work, more wage, less work, less wage. Simple. एबे भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर एटा चलीची इंसेंटिव ताकू कहा जे इंसेंटिव. तमे संडे आसिलो इंसेंटिव, छुट्टी दिने काम कलो इंसेंटिव. प्राइवेट सेक्टर रे तो पूरा इंसेंटिव चलीची. एतरा प्रोडक्ट बिकिलो पर प्रोडक्ट इंसेंटिव पाइबो तमे. टारगेट इंसेंटिव एटा जब जहां सब सुनु जो ना, एटा दिस पीस रेट सिस्टम ऑफ पेमेंट. गवर्नमेंट रे भी आजिकली हे गलानी. तमे वीडियो तहसीलदार हेले भी तमे टारगेट दिया जिवो. बट सेठी सैलरी कटिबो नै. This is piece rate system of payment. 10टा कलो 100 टका पाइबो, 20टा कलो 200 पाइबो, 30टा कलो 300 टका पाइबो. एमती नो कि 10 रु 4 500 टका पाउछ ना. तमे 10 रु 4 भितरे जने 1000 भी पाइबो, जने 200 भी पाइबो. No fix. So automatically it is like incentive. It is an incentive for good employee. It is a deterrence for lazy employee. So जो systematic soldering थिला से problem solve हे गला. तो till now कोन कोन problem solve हैला. Soldering problem solve हैला, lazy manager principle solve हैला, and जो rule of thumb method थिला सेटा भी solve हे गला. So this is the 6 point. Taylor has solved the three problems he has found in organization. তারপরে অন্য প্রিন্সিপল মানে কোন দেখো another thing ধର ତମେ FW Taylor Google ମାରିବ ହେଲା କମନ କହୁଛି ପିଲା ଯାହା କରନ୍ତି ବହି ତ ବହି ଅଛି ତମେ ଯଦି Google ବି ମାରିବ Google ରେ ଦି ତିନିଟା ଆସିଯିବ FW Taylor PDF UPSC ଯଦି ମାରିବ ଦି ତିନିଟା ଆସିଯିବେ ସେମାନେ ବି ସବୁ କିଛି ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି ମାନେ ଚାରିଟା ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି and those PDF miss the concept of criticism contemporary approach ସେମାନେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଚାରିଟା ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଦେଇକି ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଫିକ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପଲ ହେଲା ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ କୋଚିଂ ମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଦେଖିଦବ so 7 ରେ the concept of economic man so what is economic man remember this in Simon has Herbert Simon he has rejected the concept of economic man. Economic man means Taylor want every employee to produce his maximum in organization. বুঝো ইকোনমিক ম্যান ମାନେ ସବୁ ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୋଇ ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ପ୍ରୋଡ୍ୟୁସ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ ମାନେ ମେସିନ୍ ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଟାଇପ୍ର ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା machine model this is P thread system payment को ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା he promote money motivation machine model ମାନେ ତମେ ମେସିନ୍ ହେଇଯାଅ ହେଲା ତମେ ସବୁଦିନ ପୁରା maximum so Taylor want every employee to produce his maximum economic man give his best ତମେ ସବୁଦିନ ଆସ ସବୁଦିନ 20ଟା ଟେବୁଲ ବନାଅ 25ଟା ଟେବୁଲ ବନାଅ 30ଟା ଟେବୁଲ ବନାଅ সেটা হলো ইকোনমিক ম্যান ফর এক্সাম্পল যদি তুমি ସବୁଦିନ 12 ঘন্টা পড়ি পারিব 365 into 12 I call you economic man social man তুমি আজি পড়িল তম সাঙ্গ ডাকিলা পড়াইল কালি কো বাহাঘরକୁ পড়াইଲ বর্থডে পার্টি পড়াইল মুভি দেখি পড়াইল তুমি হলো সোশিয়াল ম্যান administrative man কোন যেটা সাইমন কইছি administrative man mean he give his maximum every day সে আজি 10 ঘন্টা পড়িলা ঠিক আছে কালি 8 ঘন্টা পড়িলা কোদিন 6 ঘন্টা পড়িলা बट एमती नुह कि एवरीडे 12 घंटा ना कोदिन 8 पढ़िला कोदिन 7 पढ़िला कोदिन 14 भी पढ़िगला सेटा है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैन बट से पढ़िला से दिने 12 घंटा पढ़िला आरो दिन 8 घंटा पढ़िला एमती नहीं कि से बाहागर पढ़िला कि को पार्टी करगला ना से जो पार्टी अटेंड से माने हेले सोशल मैन जिवे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैन आउ किछि धरो कंपल्सन पाई से 10 घंटा रु से दिन 8 घंटा हे गला administrative man so you got economic man so economic man means Taylor ସବୁ एम्प्लॉय ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲା कि they produce their maximum every day ତମେ ସବୁ ଦିନ ପୁରା କାମ କର ତ machine model को से माने Taylor promote machine model human को से human हिसाब से consider करू नथिला से कहउथिला कि every human is a machine पैसा नियो काम करो बळद भलिया काम करो 8 functional foremanship before understanding functional foremanship we need to understand what is unity of command listen this is unity of command this is manager A this is employee B C and D this is unity of command. Unity of command is one of the principal. Uh, it is one of the principal, and unity of command is promoted by classical theorist Fayol-Gulick. Unity of command. Pujo, what is unity of command? Employee take order from single superior. It is unity of command. Promoted by classical theorist Fayol-Gulick. Taylor reject unity of command by saying that it hamper specialization in organization. Taylor कहले unity of command hamper specialization in organization. So when we write criticism of Fayol and Gulick, we can mention Taylor also. That Taylor reject their unity of command. Instead, Taylor focus or Taylor promote functional foremanship. What is this? He say a employee should take order from 8 superior. Employee M take order from 8 superior. 4 are planning superior, 4 are execution superior or supervisor. Planning supervisor, execution supervisor. Functional foremanship. So functional foremanship promote specialization. Everyone agree? How functional foremanship promotes specialization? ତମେ ଜଣଙ୍କଠୁ order ନବ limited 8 ଜଣଙ୍କଠୁ order ନବ. You learn something from everyone. So it promotes specialization in organization. This is functional foremanship. तो खाली वर्ड जानिलो functional foremanship 2 लाइन लिखि देलो. Principle of exception. What is principle of exception? Taylor said employees should given freedom to function in case they face any problem. Manager intervene. This is principle of exception. Means employee should given freedom to function, and if employee face any problem obstacle, only then manager intervene. Else let employee give freedom to function. This is principle of exception. So ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା in this way Taylor promote decentralization in organization. Okay. So in this way we can say Taylor promote decentralization in organization. After that, time study. What is time study? देखो एग्जांपल देखो देखो एटा हला गोटे एम्प्लॉय दिस इज एम्प्लॉय तीनटा एम्प्लॉय अछंती ए बी सी all are making assembling chair assemble करछन से माने तो ए को लागिला 13 मिनट बी को 25 मिनट सी को 20 मिनट so this is the best time कि समस्ते 20 मिनट भितर ही चेयर बनेबा कथा best time this is a time study to calculate the best time to complete a task best time to complete a task la time study motion study best motion or best way to complete a task in best way to complete a task in minimum time best motion माने for example you assembling a chair तमे चेयर रो फर्स्ट गोड़ असेंबल करूछ तापरे कलर दउछ कि फर्स्ट कलर देके असेंबल करूछ सेटा हला बेस्ट मोशन कि in which motion in which way you do a task so that you complete it in fast manner with least effort motion study and this time study motion study method study work study these are modern technique of administrative improvement which we study in paper 1 unit 6 administrative law and administrative reform method study work study minimum time a particular motion which method you apply method आउ देखो मोशन भितर बहुत माने डिफरेंस बहुत कम अछि मेथड स्टडी मोशन स्टडी तो कंफ्यूज होबने and work study means prioritization of work prioritize work more important to less important prioritize work more important to less important best method 14 हाँ best way motion study best way method means a particular method mnemonic classification, PNEUMONIC. देखो न्यूमोनिक क्लासिफिकेशन माने every work given a symbol, every work given a symbol. Ergonomics, hey Deva, no idea on ergonomics. Yes, he's a mechanical engineer, so yes, as Taylor was a mechanical engineer, he might brought those terms from there. So every work given a symbol. For example, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ when you visit a workstation, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ assembly line production ହଉଛି ଯୋଉଠି ବାଇକ୍ ମ୍ୟାନୁଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଚର ହଉଛି, କାର ମ୍ୟାନୁଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଚର ହଉଛି, ତ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ସିମ୍ବଲ ଥାଏ, କୋଉଠି ଏମିତି ସିମ୍ବଲ ଥିବ, କୋଉଠି ଏମିତି ସିମ୍ବଲ ଥିବ, କୋଉଠି ଏମିତି ସିମ୍ବଲ ଥିବ. That means a particular work done here. এই জায়গাରେ a particular work ହଉଛି. Every work given a symbol. That lead to less confusion, more clarity. Less confusion, more clarity. Mnemonic classification. Absolute rationality in decision making or one best way. This is one last principle of Taylor. That means absolute rationality in decision making or one best way. Taylor. Top down decision in organization. So Taylor promote top down decision in organization. And he said absolute rationality. According to Taylor, all decision leads to success. Sure success. Taylor was wrong. Simon rejected this bounded rationality. Hello? Absolute rationality or one best way. So 15टा लिखिदेल and more than 200-250 word ହେଇଗଲା. ମୁଁ explain କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତମକୁ ଲମ୍ବା ଲମ୍ବା କହିଛି. You just try to remember this 15 statement. Your answer is done. After that conclusion part, conclusion 2 part, criticism. So Taylor was criticized by, simply लिखिवा आमे, human relation theorist. अच्छा, one thing I need to mention, बहुत जगह रे तमे देखि दिबो टेलर रो क्रिटिसिज्म, टेलर गोटे दिना क्रिटिसिज्म पाइबो. टेलर वाज क्रिटिसाइज्ड बाय managers, because Taylor focus on lazy manager philosophy. Manager माने criticize कले Taylor को, एटा गोटे common criticism पाइबा. Second, many worker association or trade union also criticize Taylor. से कहले worker are lazy, piece rate system of payment. But most of the places they miss the theorist idea कि मेयो कहीं क्रिटिसाइज कला, ह्यूमन रिलेशन कहीं क्रिटिसाइज कला, and this will give us mark. So human relation theorist Hilton Mayo criticized Taylor on which ground? Taylor ignore human being in organization. He ignore informal aspect just shortly because of our पाखरे बेसी scope nahi. This is not a 600 word. Just you write human relation theorist Hilton Mayo criticized Taylor by saying that Taylor ignore human being in the organization, ignore informal aspect in organization. Behavioral theorist, this name is important. Bernard, Likert, McGregor, Chris Argaris. Behavioral theorist Bernard Likert, Chris McGregor, Chris Argaris criticized the mechanical aspect of Taylorism. Taylor ignore behavioral aspect. Mechanical aspect, Taylor ignored the behavioral aspect, which is given importance by the behavioral theorist. তারপরে Simon reject Taylor's science of administration, absolute rationality in decision making, and the concept of economic man. Herbert Simon, he reject Taylor's science of administration. ମୁଁ detail ରେ ଯାଉ ନାହିଁ, ଆମେ ସାଇମନ ରେ ପଢିବା कि Simon has given the concept of fact value dichotomy in decision making, and through his fact value dichotomy in decision making he has rejected the science of administration. He said administration cannot be science because administration has both value and fact, and we cannot put value in lab in scientific experiment. Also, he has rejected the absolute rationality in decision making or the concept of one best way, and give his concept of bounded rationality, and he concept of economic man by giving his concept of administrative man. So economic man को काटी के से administrative man कथा कहले, absolute rationality को काटी के bounded rationality कथा कहले, कहले science न. तापरे motivational theorist Maslow Hosberg reject mono or money motivation of Taylor and promote multi motivation. देखो मु 300 वर्ड लिखिबा पई ऑलरेडी मोर मु जति कि तुमको कहलेनी 7 800 वर्ड कि 900 वर्ड हे जीवनी मिनिमम 600 वर्ड हे जीवनी से 600 को श्रिंक करी कि 300 आमे लिखिबा कि 250 लिखिबा आ जदि तुम 2000 वर्ड मु तुमको दे देबे एबे टेलर रे बोला मु चेष्टा करूची आउ कमेबा पई ए भितरु जे तुम किछि मिस कर देलो and you can write in one go that Taylor was criticized by human relation theorist Mayo, behavioral theorist this, decision making theorist Simon, motivational theory Maslow, Hosberg, as Taylor ignore behavioral aspect, human aspect. Taylor focus only on money motivation. Taylor focus on one best way. तो एमिति गोटे पैराग्राफ रे भी तमे लिखि पारिबो बाकी कंटेंट थिबा कथा तम पाखरे यदि कंटेंट अछि तमे जानिचो कि टेलर को ए माने क्रिटिसाइज करथिले ए ग्राउंड रे करथिले यू राइट इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज तमे तम लैंग्वेज रे लेखो बट इल्टन मेयो रहिबा कथा ह्यूमन रिलेशन वर्ड टा रहिबा कथा बिहेवियरल थ्योरिस्ट रहिबा कथा बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट रहिबा कथा साइमन गोटे वर्ड रहिबा कथा एंड साइमन रो बाउंडेड रेशनैलिटी बिकॉज़ इवैल्यूएटर में से कीवर्ड खोजंती से माने आंसर रे से माने लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़िले भी से माने देखंती कीवर्ड लिखिछि कि नै साइमन अछि माने बाउंडेड रेशनैलिटी अछि कि नै मैस्लो हॉस्बर्ग अछि माने मल्टी मोटिवेशन अछि कि नै बिकॉज़ से माने ऑलरेडी सब जानि जंती जे भी तम खाता इवैल्यूएट करूछि ताकू खाली से वर्ड माने दिसिबा कथा एंड गोटे आंसर रे 250 वर्ड भितरे तमरो गपर तो स्कोप ही नै पिला गप लिखती देख गप जो मैंने लिखिक आगु मार्क पाते वर्ष हजि जाइए तुम यदि देखी ए वर्षर रिजल्ट रे आगु ऑप्शनल रे बहुत बढ़िया बढ़िया मार्क आनुते पिला ए वर्ष से पूरा सरी जाइए बिकॉज थिंग्स हैज चेंज्ड किछि ऑप्शनल रे तुम देखिबो पूरा सफा पिला पिला ही ना किछि ऑप्शनल रे जोटा माने आगु गोटे बहुत दमदार ऑप्शनल माने थिला डोंट वांट टू टेक एनी ऑप्शनल्स नेम काहे कि 60 रे जो 20 मार्क रहला या तो तुम 200 वर्ड रे बहुत भलो कंटेंट देव मार्क आनिबो या तो मार्क आनिबो देखो दीटा जिंस हो या तो भलो मार्क आनिबो नहले पूरा खराब आउ एवरेज सिस्टम किछि नाही तो क्रिटिसिज्म ही गला तापरे लास्ट फेज ऑफ द आंसर व्हिच वी कॉल कंटेम्पोरेरी अप्रोच वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट टेलर को हमें गोटे भलो भलो कथा कहि कि हमें एंड करिबा so nowadays answer writing become a challenge in this way 6 पेज 7 पेज आंसर रे तमे भी भाबो एज ए स्टूडेंट गोटे टीचर आगु 7 पेज आंसर पढुतिला 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 तो से भूली जाउतिला कोन लिखा है जे फर्स्ट पेज रे एबे कोन मोस्टली आंसर 2 पेज और 3 पेज तो 2 पेज भितरे ठकिबाटा डी डिफिकल्ट से कंटेंट खोजिबो जदि ताको फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ रे कंटेंट मिलला नै तो गला तमरो खराब माने यू शुड फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ रे ही तमर आंसर टा अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन होबा कथा एंड कंटेंट थिबा कथा फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ रे जो गप लिखिछो तार मूड खराब होबो से मार्क दबो एंड आगु कोन होतिला तम गुटे स्कोप थिला कि मु जानिछि क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 भलसे आई विल स्टार्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 ई जिंसोटा तमे भाबिथिबो कि नै मु जानि नै आगु कोन तमे क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 फर्स्ट लिखुतिलो तापरे क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 लिखुतिलो तापरे 5 लिखु तम इच्छा आ तमको जोटा सबटु खराब तमको जोटा होनी से लास्ट को रखि दोतिलो तो इभालुएटर कौन फास्ट इभालुएटर बढ़िया जिनस पाउला रसमलाई गुलाब जामुन ये सब खाई खाई इभालुएटर लास्ट को ताको सुखिला मुड़ी मिलुला तो से माने रसमलाई गुलाब जामुन ये सब खाई खाई ता मूड खुशी हेतिला एबे कोन तुमको फास्ट क्वेश्चन ही भलो लिखा पड़िबो जदि फास्ट रु तमे सुखिला मुड़ी सुखा बिस्कुट रखी लास्ट को छेनापोड़ गुलाब जाम रसमलाई रखीछ आउ इभालुएटर मूड नथियो तो एबे constraint before the student to write good answer from the start itself first question যদি তুমি କରୁଛ or second ସେଇଟା ତମକୁ ଭଲ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ସେଇଟା ପାଣିଚିଆ ନା ସେ ତମର ସେକେଣ୍ଡ क्वेश्चन ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ क्वेश्चन ପାଣିଚିଆ आंसर ଲେଖିକି ଲାଷ୍ଟ କୁ ତମେ ଏକ୍ସପେକ୍ଟ କରିବ କି ମୋର 20 ମାର୍କର ବଢିଆ ଲେଖିଛି ସେ ମତେ ସେଠି ମାର୍କ ଦବ ନା ତମକୁ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ आंसर ହିଁ ଭଲ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ସେ ତ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ରୁ ପଡିବ ନା ସେ ଆଉ 20 marker start କରିବନି he will start with 15 marker तो 15 marker 250 word और 200 word पूरा कंटेंट जहां भी माने क्वेश्चन डिमांड करिछि ता ऊपर तो प्रेजेंट रिलेवेंस रे हमें लिखिबा कि टेलर्स आइडिया लाइक साइंटिफिक सिलेक्शन साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग आर रिलेवेंट हैला आ कोन मेंटल रिवॉल्यूशन मनी मोटिवेशन employee strike to increase wage money motivation को justify करो कि employee strike to increase wage mental revolution आज डेट भी important mental revolution it reduce conflict ଆଉ କଣ motion study time study method study work study modern technique of administrative improvement modern technique of administrative improvement peace rate system still prevalent in many private sector that's basically ଦୁଇ ଚାରିଟା because we have limitation of words तो तमे लिखिबो कि present relevance रे although Taylor was criticized some of its ideas are still relevant like scientific selection scientific training nowadays also modern day organization focus on scientific selection जहाँ को आमे कहि परिबा merit based recruitment process merit based recruitment process scientific training mental revolution yes today also mental revolution is very important proper coordination between manager and employee, reduce conflict, money motivation, employee strike. Example ଦେଇପାରିବ recently employee of this organization they sit in strike. Wherever employees sit in strike, their first demand is increase wage or job security. These are the two most prominent demand. And this modern technique of administrative improvement. So Taylorism is again revived, a reinterpretation of Taylorism. ହେଲା? So motion study, time study, method study, work study. And out lastly, what would you neo Taylorism? Neo Taylorism. What is neo Taylorism? It's part of new public management. New Taylorism is uh, management principle of Taylor with human element. Include human element in management principle of Taylor. That is neo Taylorism. So when we include human element, so Taylor scientific management it neglect human being, but when we include human element, it is new Taylorism. Okay, so this is all about Taylor's scientific